Hi everyone, we'll be starting in about 2 minutes. Uh, Please let me know if my voice is audible, my video is clear, screen is visible. Right, guys, let's begin. And I hope everybody's having a great Friday. And I hope your week went well. And I hope you have great, exciting plans for the weekend. Um, you've taken out time for a small, quick webinar that probably could change the way your job search has been going in the US so far. Elevate Me is the platform that kind of helps people with their job placements in some format or the other, where it's a combination of a boot camp plus we help you find a full time job in the US job market. And this is a webinar where we'll be discussing about how it helps you, what's the program like, and how can it benefit you majorly, and what kind of changes that you can see in your profile after you join us. Okay. So far so good. All my audio, video, everything clear. Okay. So let me start with who we are and what we do, and then we can talk about how just a minute. Sorry. Yeah, and then we can talk about how we help you and what kind of help will kind of come together for your benefit. So we are the first and probably the only online bootcamp service that also comes in with a full-time job placement team that will kind of get you a full-time job. It's usually either just a boot camp or a consultancy that's kind of like helping you find a full-time job. However, this place you get both together, so you get skilled and at the same time you get placed. So it's both. You, if let's say you're not skilled at XYZ criteria, out of the 26 of the criterias, then you would be taught those 20 XYZ criteria so that you could get placed in full-time jobs. Uh, we don't believe in faking anybody's resume, experiences, or anything about the candidate. And hence, this is the great combination of upskilling yourself and then getting placed. We are not people who can just randomly do these certifications, and that's why we are accredited with Ohio State Career State of Schools. So your course is actually accredited. They are the ones who certify the course, and you would be given a certification after you graduate from here. Our goal is basically to ensure that we get every international student struggling to find a full-time job in the market conveniently. And yeah, now I'll tell you what we do and how things function together. Uh, in what we do, there are three portions that you have to understand, and all three of them work a bit on the together in terms of like simultaneously. Like when you get into technical side of things, there's a technical mentor who's going to see your skill set into the domain, and based on your performance of the tests and the interviews, everything that you do, they will give you real-time projects, and based on what real-time projects, how you give your outcome, you get feedback on exactly what needs to be improved and how can you get better. This kind of helps you get better technically. Second is that a career service mentor, like a career coach rather. Now, this person is basically here to help you in terms of answering the interview questions correctly, in terms of changing your resume in the right format, or like building your GitHub portfolio in the right format. What kind of modifications needs to be done personally just for you? She's going to be in touch with you one on one, and you would be able to kind of make these changes in your portfolio. This is where basically it kind of gets more additionally interesting, is when, let's say, you get shortlisted for an interview call with some company. Immediately you can set up a call with a career service mentor, and she's going to kind of help you get some more questions for the interview, that she can test you with random questions that can be asked by the interviewer. She can prep you really well before the interview so that you can go take the interview much more confidently and probably crack the interview. And the third is that there's a team that sits personally just to apply for hundreds of jobs on your behalf. We just apply on your behalf. The rest of it is you who does the rest of the work, which is, for example, submitting whatever paperwork they're looking for, or let's say there's like a screening round or tests or anything that is required. It's all you who do that. We will apply for you, so you don't have to do the hard work. You just have to take care of the actual work, which is like looking for a job in terms of showcasing your skill set. You don't have to do the operational work. We'll take care of that, right? Uh, and this service fully comes with a money back guarantee, where if, let's say, whatever we've promised to you has not been delivered in the promised time, then you are eligible for 100% money back guarantee. It's simple as that. I'm going to quickly walk through the steps of like how each of these things work, and then how the program works. So there's a live project. You get a live project where you would be asked to build a model for, like, storing databases from a massive e-commerce business, or like sorting a really uh, un like a really messy dashboard out. There can be any kind of projects, so you could be asked to do that. So you would be given these projects, and when I give you these projects can be now utilized on your resume to showcase that you have worked on a live project, real time project in your experience for 3 months. Then you get technical skill development, which is when I was saying, where if at all there is some skill development that is required from your end in any of the data science or machine learning domain, then there's a technical service mentor who's going to help you get that better. And then there's a career service mentor who's going to help for your portfolio building, your career support in terms of like, uh, how to crack the interviews, all of that, your personal growth per se, about like, how you can answer questions correctly, answer how to like really keep the conversations going with the interviewer so that she or he is more interested in knowing about you. Well, how do you answer the call where, if it's a screening round, and then you get the call saying that, can you tell me what was your previous experience like, and how do you answer that really well to be able to show that you're the right candidate for them to shortlist. So it's all of that. And then there is like a one-on-one. So the career service mentor is really available to you on WhatsApp, on calls immediately to have things done. So it's that quick. Yeah. So this comes with like a 5 month course. This course actually is changing in terms of like the duration, depending on the kind of duration that you pick, like how quickly you are skilled, how much time you want to spend in terms of like studying. We can kind of discuss about like how 5 months or like a 4 months or a 3 month course could be like discussed. Uh, there's like a new batch starts every week, so you can join in probably by Monday, and you'll be enrolled into a new batch altogether. You get 2 months of careers, mentor-led life project. So it's not like a project where you're just given the project and you're submitting all on by yourself. You'll be asked to attend office hours. You'll be attending office basically like a full-time employer to get yourself really warmed up to that environment. All of that would be given to you. Now, when I say these are phase one, phase two, phase three, these are basically phase one, phase two, phase three working together. It's like all three of them walking with their hands together, holding hands together and walking straight. So, A, you get your resume, you get a portfolio, all of that right. As soon as that's ready, we kind of give it to the team that is looking. Excuse me, I'm so sorry about that. Yeah, we give it to the team that is going to look for jobs on your behalf. They'll start looking for jobs on your behalf, and here we skill you on the same. Then there's a technical mentor who's going to skill you and upskill you in terms of like your technical skills. So, like I said, it's back to back great away one-on-one career coach, a real-time project that can be added to your experience. 100 plus quality of job applications sent per week per se, rather more than that, and then mock interview training as well. So you get all of this in one place. It's that simple. And on top of that, it comes with a money back guarantee. So if at all we don't deliver what we promised, you can get your money back altogether. These are some of the firms that previously our candidates have kind of interviewed for or gotten placed, etc. Recently, in fact, we just had a few candidates get placed in Amazon. Uh, there were some candidates who got placed in Southwest Airlines, and there are multiple companies actually people are choosing. It's you can give us your preferred companies if so, but then at the end of the day, our job is to get you a full-time job. We don't want to be limited to those companies that you are really hell-bent on, and so we push your resume across. And this is how the sample resume would look like. Basically, you can see that there's a real-time experience that's added to the resume here, and this is the kind of experience you can kind of get. Uh, all right, this is all that Elevate Me provides. I would now love to quickly start a poll and then also open the floor for questions. If you have any questions, any doubts, please feel free to ask them right now, and then I will answer them. If we can answer the poll, that would be quite fun. Okay, nobody's participating in the poll. Can we get some answers on the poll quickly? Okay. Many of you have heard of us, many of you have not heard of us. That's quite fun. Usually it's a pool of like people who don't have not heard of us completely, but I'm glad that some of y'all have heard of us. Uh, the next question I asked was, do you find it really hard in terms of like looking for a job in the US? And all of you have said yes. And I've asked also that how many people think that your your portfolio is actually job market ready. here's the thing, you feel maybe. You don't know if you are ready yet. And that's where the career coach comes into play. You know this, you clearly will know when you're ready, how, what is it that you need to do fully. And that's it. It's all about your problems. All right. I'm going to leave the floor open for any questions so that I can answer them. Please feel free to ask any questions, any doubts about the program, how things function. Okay, clearly no questions so far. All right, then I'll quickly just wrap up. I'll tell you about how it's a combination of a boot camp plus a job service consultancy firm, or like, you can say like somebody who's going to help you find a full time job. Uh, we come with a money back guarantee. Whatever promised, if not delivered, you'll get your money back 100%, no doubts. Simply put. And the best way that you're going to get here is that you get a technical service mentor who's going to help you get like your technical skills really up to the notch, and you get a career service mentor who's going to help you answer those questions on the calls properly by whenever you get those calls. So simply put, if these two work hand in hand, that's your personal touch, and that's how you can kind of get a full-time job. So I hope this service is something that can add more benefit to you and more value to you. And I hope to get a few calls from your end and have our queries dropping in. Just going to ask again, if at all somebody has any questions, please feel free to drop them and I can take it from there. And if not, I can quickly wrap up and then see you probably next Friday. I conduct this webinar every Friday. You can come back and I have your questions solved again next Friday and then decide. But yeah. All right, then. I think we will wrap up. Thank you so much, guys. It was a great webinar. You guys were a great pool of participants. Although I'm glad that nobody has doubts. Was I that well explaining things? I mean, I don't know, but I'm glad. Thank you so much.